first thing you guys got to do before you even start with this, turn off the water to your main, or else you're gonna be taking a shower.
Alright, so we're fixing the cartridge for the shower where it won't leak out of the faucet.
Yep, out of this spigot, faucet, whatever you call this puppy. Whenever you have your bathtub leaking, you just need to change the cartridge. Now, if yours looks just like this, you may have the exact, is it Moen cartridge? Moen, excuse me, M-O-E-N, Moen cartridge. Now, you may have a different type of unit, but the cartridge is going to be about the same. Look around, you're going to find your screws and whatnot. Just go ahead and start taking them off. In our case, I've already taken them off, so I've already unscrewed this here. In our case, we got one screw, and there's another screw on the other side. But before you even get to those screws, be honest, you want to use some type of razor blade or whatnot, and go ahead and pull off the cap here. You can kind of get around it. Sometimes it could be on harder, stuck on there more than others. But you're just trying to get around the frame thing to get to your screw there. From there, get your Phillips screwdriver. Take that puppy out. No problems. Now remember, you may not have such an easy task because things can be rusted or whatnot. You're always going to run into little hiccups. But, essentially this is the procedure. You pull it off. Is it going to be that smooth? No, it might be freaking, but you might need to freaking pull the thing. But essentially that's what you're doing. Once you get that screw out of there, you can pull it off. From there, you pull it off. It's just a little pretty piece that centers it and hides the valve. Okay, from here it gets a little tricky, but not really tricky at all. There's a what do you call this, Kurt? It's a clip. Exactly. It holds the cartridge in. You're gonna have to pull that clip. So go ahead and get some, whatever freaking thing you got handy. Grab that sucker, pull it out. Now I know I kind of went in reverse there. Once you get that out, then you want to take these two screws out, which I already did prior. But you get the gist of it. Take the clip out. It may not be that easy. You may need to squirt some WD-40 in this sucker. Okay, once you get this far, you go ahead and take off your, your pretty piece. Don't forget the other screw. Now you have your valve open. From here, this is what people may not tell you, and freaking, you may have to figure it out on your own. Or you're watching this video right now, and you're gonna know the key. Obviously, you already know we took out the clip. Once you take out the clip, your new valve is already gonna come with this piece that will help you turn the inside there. All it is holding, there's two, how can I explain? There's just a little piece, plastic piece on the actual valve there and on the top and bottom. All this is doing is turning it. Matter of fact, Curtis and I, we didn't even use this thing. We used some pliers, like so. I'm not gonna do it on here, but we just put it in like this. Yeah, I got these ones that turn, but you can find out whatever you got. Put them in, and all we're doing is turning it. You have to turn it completely, completely opposite direction.
Counterclockwise.
Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, counterclockwise. I don't know if it necessarily matters, but...
and just kind of turn it...
But you have to turn it the opposite direction. So, for example, mine's in here now. It's designed so that you could put some pliers on this sucker, and turn it. I'm going to use it by hand because I can. Because this is a fresh one that I just put in, and I've already lubricated the O-rings, so I can do it by hand. Turn it completely opposite direction, pull it out. What I mean by that is you're putting it in one way, completely turning, and you're pulling it out. So now I can easily grab it. So it's locked in there. If you try to pull it out, once you pull that clip out and just start pulling it out, you're not going to be able to pull it out. You're going to break the thing. I'm sure many people have learned that hard way. Pops right out. When you put it in, you're going to put it in the same way, meaning you're going to put it in the same way as these two little wings are here. These two little plastic ones. Can you see those pretty good, Kurt?
Yep.
All right, so to put it in, we're gonna put it, it's got to go where the wings are, not vertical, you know? So once you get it in there, I can push this puppy in by hand. So now I'm trying to show off. Forget showing off. Just go ahead and put the thing back in there. Make sure it's exactly the same. And you're popping it in, just like so. I had to use two thumbs, so it wasn't so easy to push it that way. Now I have to turn it again.
To lock it and put the clip back in.
Turn it the complete other way. You can put some pliers. This is not what they recommend. They recommend to put crescent wrench on it. Obviously, if you put your crescent wrench on there, completely go the opposite direction. As I said, we have already just changed this valve, so I can do it nearly by hand. Not quite though. Let me go ahead and show you our old valve that we took out. For example, real quick, when the valve's inside there, guys, it's inside like this, right? And this clip goes right in between those suckers.
That's how it's locked in.
So obviously, if you're putting it in any other truck trying to put the clip in, it ain't gonna go in. You've got to have it this direction to put the clip in. But to put the actual valve in, it has to be the opposite direction where you can't put the clip in. You know what I mean? When you push the valve in, it goes that way. And then how you're turning it when you put the clip in is once it's inside this way, then you can turn it, push it all the way in, drop the clip in. Just as I'm going to drop the clip in right now. Of course, when you're on camera, you know it never goes as smooth. I can't even see. You need to turn it just slightly. I need to turn it slightly to the right. Just rightly. Drop the clip in. You're always going to have that little bit hanging so you can pull it with some pliers, you know. But needle nose pliers, you know. But when it's smooth here, then you're good. All right, guys. Now we're going to put it back together. And this, I'm legitimately going to put it back together because I just put it in there. So now we're just going back as we came. Cha-ching. Now this, obviously you got to match this up because it goes in there a certain direction, right? Can't put it in this way because you got to follow the little lip there, whatever you want to call it. Pop it in. Get your screws back on. Now we're putting our screws in for real. Make sure you find the holes. Okay. Okay, don't tighten it down too much, just enough before you get your other screw in there. And you know, we would place things around here because we drop things. Throw your other screw in. Find the hole. As you get to the end here where you both got them nearly screwed all the way in, tighten one a little, tighten the other, tighten the other, getting tighter, get the other one in. Just a little tweak, you know, you kind of keep them going together. That's what I like to do anyway. Now when it's just barely, not even hand tight, like just enough, because all you're doing is holding this piece in. That's all you're doing. You don't, if you go too far, you're just gonna smash the metal, and I kind of do that actually. From there, throw your what do you call that? A lever? Your knob, your hot and cold knob back on. Get your other screw in there. Side note, this centerpiece is not only a pretty point to cover your valve, but it actually stops your knob from continue rotating. You know what I mean? This actually stops it. So this is vital more than I thought. I'm dropping things, I'll go ahead and plug this puppy in. Just pop it in. And oh, how smooth that is now. Before it was real hard to pull it up because of that, that just
old cartridge. Corroded.
So corroded that you couldn't pull it in and out very easy. Now it's like butter. But of course we got the water off. And by the way, guys, first thing you guys got to do before you even start with this, turn off the water to your main, or else you're gonna be taking a shower. And that's how you change a cartridge. When you have a dripping, whenever your bathtub faucet is dripping, you'll have to change the cartridge. Sometimes it's going to be different than this, guys. You're gonna have 2 knobs, 3 knobs, right? It's always going to be a little different. Find your screw holes, find your pop-offs, get those things out of there, and then you're going to see what you're dealing with, and then you can take care of more than 1 valve. You may have 3 valves, but this is going to be essentially the same process. You're just going to have to find out what exact cartridges you need for your faucet, which that means you need to know the brand name of your faucet. Or you just go ahead with it, you get all those valves out, you head to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, and you can just take the valve in. Now you're going to have your water off the whole entire time, but then you can match it up and replace them. And that's about it. That's how you change your cartridge.